So what we have here is an electrical circuit. An electrical circuit's got three main parts. You're going to get an electrical circuit if you have a voltage source. So in this case, I guess it's showing a battery, and you have a load over here, and so that's my resistance. And then you have conductors. So if you had wires connected to it, if, for example, you didn't have a load and actually you just took a wire and you plugged it into the wall, into an outlet, or you just took a wire and you plugged it into a battery, well, that wire, that conductor doesn't make a very good load because it doesn't have any resistance, and that wire would catch on fire. You would get current to flow for a minute, but then it would catch on fire and then you'd have a problem. So those are the three main parts. A couple of other things that are nice to add to a circuit are a switch, so that you can control the load, turn the light off and on, for example, and then a fuse or a circuit breaker, some type of overcurrent protection in case you get an undesired something going on with your load and that you want to break the circuit before you have a fire. So the three main parts are shown, but these other two items here, the switch and the fuse, are usually part of a circuit. Okay, hopefully you enjoyed that video. We're now going to take a look at ladder logic, because we're going to be doing quite a bit of ladder logic in this class, so this might be your first introduction to ladder logic. So ladder diagram is another type of electrical diagram, and all we're kind of doing is flattening out the circuit. It doesn't depict electricity flowing in a circle like what we've been showing, to where electricity left a voltage source and went in a loop and returned. It just shows that on the left here we have a rail, which is called line 1, and on the right we have a rail called line 2. And this represents that there's voltage between them. So if you were to grab line 1 with your left hand, and you were to grab line 2 with your right hand, well, you'd be in a world of hurt, because there'd be voltage across there, whether it's 120 volts or 240 volts or whatever. The ladder logic that we're depicting in this class typically is 120 volts between line 1 and line 2, because that's what this class is using for control circuits. So be careful. 120 volts between L1 and L2 is a fair amount, and it'll pass some amps, and you can certainly get bit by the electricity, and we do not want that. So we have the rails. Now then we have the rungs. So this is the rung is where all the push buttons and ladders. So this looks like it has a circuit breaker going to a push button, turning on a pilot light, and we'll be learning about these. So this is a circuit breaker. So assuming the circuit breaker has not been tripped and we reset it, then it would allow electricity to pass through the circuit breaker. And then what we have is a push button here. So right now this is a normally open push button, so nothing's happening. But if I push the push button and closed it, electricity would pass and it would turn on the pilot light. And because it's momentary, when I let go, it would return to the position shown, which is a normally open push button. Okay,